Well, Niagara played an awesome game last night against Iona. We knew that we had to stop and make Thomasson have a difficult night. We were both playing great offense. We just weren't playing on normal defense, but that's because they were playing great offense. I'm a big believer in the way you practice is the way you're going to play. And yesterday we had the best practice of the season due to we have the best leader, I think, in college basketball, and this young man, Daniss. He's the best. He's like having another coach. He's always positive. And he learned that being here. Now he never gets down anymore. But without question, the reason I didn't play Sadiku the other night because he was practicing bad. Yesterday he practiced awesome. And without him tonight, we don't win. He was great as a freshman. Really, really proud of him. As DJ would tell you, maybe the nicest young man we've ever come across in our life as a person. So I'm real happy for him. Real proud of you, son.
Thank you.
And it's just a great win, but I want to give really, really a lot of props to Niagara. They were ready. They were incredibly coached, very disciplined, took advantage of our weaknesses, and they gave a special performance. But our toughness, our pursuit of excellence in the second half, getting them to shoot 37%, 14% from the three, and then turning around making 19 out of 21 free throws, and then getting the glass where we out-rebounded them 28-23. So it was a spectacular second half. Real proud of the guys. But this young man, if I could bottle him, I would bottle him. I would have cloned a bunch of DJs.
Okay, we'll go questions for the players first, and we'll come back to Rick. Raise your hand if you have a question. We'll get the mic to you.
Coach Ken Kraetzer, CaMMVetsMedia. Coach, about 12 minutes left in the game. Nelly Jr Joseph got a rebound. He was able to get a score, and then he went on and got a couple of scores there and started you off on a 12-2 run. What do you think about Nelly's play at that point in the game?
Well, I very rarely, in tournament time, get on players. And I just try to stay positive tournament time, not like the regular season. But I had to get on Nelly and say, son, you gotta wake up. You don't have a rebound. You gotta get after it, or we're going home. And he responded in a big way. He had our back, and he played terrific second half. The players did a great job of looking for him, but he came up with clutch rebounds. And that was the turning point in the game. So real proud of Nelly.
Okay, next question for the players. Rachel?
This is for either player. What in particular did your team do or have to do to contain Noah Thomasson and force them to go more through Aaron Gray?
The biggest thing we talked about was it's a team effort. When you got a great player, playing against a great player like that, you got to see bodies. We just kept switching up on him. Once Berrick was out the game, I know that's my assignment, and we always said he got to play five. It's not one-on-one defense. He's Noah Thomasson against Iona Gaels, and that was our mentality all night, and we just wanted to make the rest of the team have to beat us.
Sadiku, just first off, I know you guys have dealt with injuries throughout the season, but how did you feel being able to deliver for your team off the bench?
Yesterday, our first game, coach didn't put me in, but after the game, Berrick came to me and said, "Diku, stay ready. We're gonna need you." And we went to practice yesterday. I worked hard. I know my team is gonna need me, so anytime I got any minutes, I gotta come out and play hard because we're gonna need every minute on the court for everybody, for us to win. That's why I came out and play hard.
And for Daniss, I don't know, going into today, did you guys have a conversation about just looking at the other side of the bracket, seeing all the upsets? Was that addressed at all, just not looking too far ahead?
No, we don't worry about nothing that we can't control. All we worry about is us. We want to take it possession by possession, and whoever's in that, whoever we play in the next game, that's who we prepare for.
And last one for Daniss. What was the difference between Niagara today and the Niagara you saw in the regular season?
It's playoff time, so your back is against the wall. Nothing else matters. They were the 4 seed, I believe, 4 or 5 seed. So there's really no pressure around this time of the year. You just go out and play hard and play with confidence. So we knew that's what they would do, and we knew we need to cut. We need to stop them. We need to take their confidence away early, and we kind of had a hard time with that. So that's why the game was tougher. So and then later in the game, we just knew we had to take the confidence away by great defense. So that's what we tried to do.
Mike Carlin from 97.3 ESPN here, South Jersey. To the players, could you feel the momentum changing at about the 6-minute mark when we had a big three for you, and then there was a turnover by them, and then you came down and hit 2 big free throws to go up by 10? You could tell the crowd was getting into it. Could you feel momentum swinging on your side there?
Honestly, when a player comes in like Sadiku and makes a shot like that, in my mind, in my heart, I knew we was winning that game, you know, because I told him I honestly trusted him to make the right decision in that play. So I gave him the ball. He made a big shot, and we were tightening up our defense around that time of the game. So I felt that the momentum was going to swing to it, and you did feel it. Obviously, as a player, you feel that, and you want that, and I mean, you just feed off of that for the rest of the game.
Thank you, Daniss. Just with the day off you had yesterday, did that help you keep the pressure up on the press?
I mean, we don't get tired. Coach don't believe in you being tired. So, I mean, it is what it is. You get a day off. If you don't get a day off, you got to come and bring it. You know, this is March. You take one play off, you're going home. So that was our mentality. Me as a leader, that's what I'm preaching to the guys. You know, it doesn't matter if you're tired, just get you a blow real quick. But when you on the court, you're not tired. We don't want to hear you tired. That's an excuse.
Okay, we can go questions for Rick.
Hey, Coach. Just about last year. I mean, you know, same situation kind of like this year. You got the top seed, the first round bye, and then you got upset by Ryder. Now this year, you know, it's the same situation. What you did it. You got to the finals. Can you just talk about kind of the mindset going into this year, knowing that from last year upset and winning, how you got to stay focused and getting to this point right now? And then the second part of that question would be, what are you going to do tomorrow to ensure you can finish that journey and win?
Well, I said it last game. Ryder executed better in the final minute of play than we did, and they deserve all the credit. It wasn't that we didn't play hard. We always play hard. That's our culture. Culture is, you know, we built a special culture in the last 3 years. We changed all the facilities in a year. Got a big-time athletic director that stood behind me and said, we got to get this done. Then we changed all the academics, where we're the best academic records in the last 3 years and 20 years. Then we changed the way we play. Now I replaced an awesome coach, as good as they get. But we had to change the culture altogether to get a Daniss Jenkins to come to Iona. And we did that in a very short period of time. That's what basketball's all about, building a culture where you're in a war, your best defense is you're going to, Walter Clayton gets hurt, put me back in, coach, I'm fine. And he's not fine. The culture that we have is we'll do anything to win. And we would do anything to win last year, except Ryder outplayed us. Niagara for 3/4 of a game outplayed us, but we made our run. I kept telling them in timeouts, we're gonna have our run, we're gonna have our run. I was hoping it would come a little sooner, but it came at the right time.
Coach Paul Snyder, the Montauk's son. Defense definitely did win the game again for you. I want you to comment on Sadiku's contribution, especially that big shot at 58-50, and the overall basketball IQ of your team down the stretch, pulling the ball out and using the shot clock.
Well, I called the timeout and said, look, we're going to get the ball in the hand of Walter Clayton. He's, I don't know if he's the #1 free throw shooter in the nation, but he's up there. He makes big shots. Ball has to be in the hands of Daniss or Walter. It wasn't going to be in the hands of Nellie at that point unless it's the low post. So they did a good job of using the clock. They're a very smart group, hardworking. But I wouldn't, if Deku didn't have the practice that he had, I wouldn't have played him tonight. I would have played Parker. But Deku had a great practice and just kept rebounding, kept playing, and he won the MVP. We give an MVP each game, and he won the MVP. And he certainly deserves it. And I'm proud of him. Like I said earlier, They don't make young men like this guy. They just don't do it. His parents had to be the greatest people on earth because this young man doesn't have a character flaw. He cares about his teammates, roots for them all the time. He's always on time. He's always energetic. He always has a smile on his face. He checks in on me by text all the time. Just a tremendous young man. I think it's a tremendous privilege to coach him.
In the back, Chris.
Leading up to this week, you talked about the pressure of playing in this tournament. Where do you gauge the pressure that you feel now going into tomorrow?
Well, it goes back to what you mean by pressure. There's no stress. I'd probably be stressed out if I didn't have Daniss Jenkins and Walter Clayton. I'd probably be stressed. But I got them, so it's just pressure. And pressure makes you meticulously prepare every underneath out of bounds play, every sideline out of bounds play, every little thing that they do. I told these guys, last year we lost the game on a box out on the foul line. I saw the Lakers lose one time the same way in the Celtics in the 7th game. It always comes down to blocking out and underneath out of bounds play. It comes down to, it's not always big shots. It's the small fundamentals that you have to have. So we think pressure's a good thing. We responded tonight, awesome, under that influence. Our defense really picked up because the first half, it was just trading shots. In the second half, we knew we had to play that type of defense that held them to 37% and 14% from the three.
Hey, Coach, Mike Harlan. It seemed like we were going to get off to a bad start on the opening tip. I saw that right away. But let me ask you the biggest question. A minute into the game, we're always talking about the premium having our timeouts. What did you see in the first minute that you didn't like right away to call timeout?
We were trading baskets, and we didn't play two of their plays right away the correct way. And I had to get them to understand that this is not the same Niagara team. I mean, they're all new to this. Playoff basketball is different than the regular season. I told them at halftime, this is not a regular season game. We're going home if we don't turn up on defense. And they responded. I didn't like the way we were playing defense in our stance, just with that hunger. We would we just wanted to trade baskets in the first half. It was tie score. We can't win. Our bench is not deep enough to win that way. So we responded in a very positive way.
Okay, we'll do one more.
Coach, I just want to ask you about Berrick JeanLouis. He had the assignment to guard Noah Thomasson most of the night. How did you think he did? Daniss was checking on him as taking.
I think all the guys did well. Berrick right now, they're not playing Berrick, and it's bothering him a little bit. I said, don't worry about it, man. That's their decision. You'll make the shots. Just move it out the basketball and get the rebound, set the screen. So we used Berrick as a screener when they wouldn't play him. But they were ready, with less than 24 hours prep, they were ready. And that's, Coach Paulson is a great young coach. Great, terrific. He's a terrific athlete himself, and he's a terrific coach. Had him ready.
Okay, so it's the regular season champions.
In the finals.
Are coming back and they'll be in the finals tomorrow. With two outstanding individuals with Rick.
Thank you.
All right. Can you guys come home with me?
Coach.